Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for June 18th. June 18th is the 169th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 170th in leap years, with 196 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Achillize. Achillize is a verb that means to harass or chase. The word is named after Achilles, a hero in Greek mythology. When his friend was killed by Hector, Achilles chased Hector around the wall of Troy 3 times. Of course, Achilles is better known for his heel, but his anger was so prominent that it was a popular subject for paintings, as in The Wrath of Achilles by Peter Paul Rubens, The Rage of Achilles by Giovanni Battista Tiepolo, and La Colère d'Achille by Leon Benuville. And with that, we're going to start with the year 1264, when the Parliament of Ireland met at Castledermot in County Kildare, the first definitively known meeting of this Irish legislature. On June 18, 1429, Joan of Arc led French forces in the defeat of the main English army at the Battle of Patay. This turned the tide of the 100 Years' War. Charles I was crowned King of Scots at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh on June 18, 1633. On June 18, 1812, the United States Declaration of War upon the United Kingdom was signed by President James Madison, beginning the War of 1812. On June 18, 1815, the Battle of Waterloo resulted in the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, forcing him to abdicate the throne of France for the second and last time. Charles Darwin received a paper from Alfred Russel Wallace on June 18, 1858, that included nearly identical conclusions about evolution as Darwin's own, prompting Darwin to publish his theory. Susan B. Anthony was fined $100 on June 18, 1873 for attempting to vote in the 1872 presidential election. On June 18, 1900, Empress Dowager Cixi of China ordered all foreigners killed, including foreign diplomats and their families. This is the birthday of oil well firefighter Red Adair, born June 18, 1915. He became notable as an innovator in the highly specialized and hazardous profession of extinguishing and capping oil well blowouts, both land-based and offshore. He tackled more than 2,000 fires in the course of his career. He lived to the age of 89. Checker Taxi put its first taxi on the streets on June 18, 1923. Winston Churchill delivered his finest hours speech on June 18, 1940. This is the birthday of English singer, songwriter, and guitarist Paul McCartney of the Beatles, born May 18, 1942. Can you believe it? He turned 79 in 2021. Columbia Records introduced the long-playing record album in a public demonstration at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City on June 18, 1948. The Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk, the first operational aircraft initially designed around stealth technology, made its first flight on June 18, 1981. Astronaut Sally Ride became the first American woman into space on June 18, 1983. And I think that's going to do it for us today. I hope you learned something you didn't know before. I know I sure did. I always do. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with others. A link in your email, messaging, or social media will do the trick quite nicely. Images are retrieved from Bing Images, either public domain or licensed free to use and share. I think the correct terminology is free to share and use. Our lovely outro music is Divine Life Society by Jesse Gallagher from YouTube Music Library, and there's a link to his channel in the show notes. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Many mistakes, so many mistakes. All right, what is wrong with my mouth today? All right, let's try that again. Thank you. That might not make it into the video, we'll see. Changing it up.